Good morning. Today, we are going to discuss about exercise for your week 2 in physical education. Let's proceed. What is exercise? It is any physical activity to sustain or improve health and fitness. And now, let's discuss the three types of exercise. Number 1, warm up. Number 2, workout. And the last one is cool down. For you to have a good exercise, remember, you need to have these three types of exercise. What is that again? Warm up, workout, and cool down. How do warm up, workout, and cool down different to each other? Let us discuss each. For the warm up, it prepares the heart muscles and the circulatory system and stretches the skeletal muscles. While for workout, this exercise is to test or improve one's fitness for athletic competition, ability, or performance. And cool down is also important because it helps the body recover from a physical activity. Before we proceed to the next slide, which are examples of warm-up and cool-down exercises for flexibility, you need to understand countings and repetitions. Because for the next slides, you will be hearing me that I am talking about countings and repetition. When I say 16 counts, you need to count from 1 to 16. And you can do it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is 16 counts and 1 repetition. Now, if I say 2 repetition, how many counts you need to do? Very good. 2 16 counts, or a total of 32 counts. But remember, every after 16 counts, you need to change position or do it on the part of the other side of your body. Do you understand? Let us proceed. Calf stretching. This exercise stretches the calf muscles. You may use these activities for warm-up and cool-down exercise. And on this calf stretching, follow what is on the picture and do it on the other foot or on the other leg every after 16 counts for 2 repetitions for each legs. Remember, if it is a stretching, you have to stretch it, and please avoid bouncing or unnecessary movements. After the 16 counts, that is the time you change position. Again, 2 repetition for each legs. Another warm-up and cool-down exercise is leg hug. This exercise stretches the hip and back extensor muscles. Do it for 16 counts and on the other leg as well for 4 repetitions. Seated side stretch is very good to stretch those trunk muscles. Do it for 16 counts and on the other side of your body as well. You have to do it in 4 repetitions. It's okay to sit on your foot. Hamstring stretch. This exercise stretches the muscles of the back of the upper leg, as well as the hip, knee, and ankle. This is to stretch your hamstring, or the back of your leg muscles. You can hold your leg like on the picture for you to finish the 16 counts in 2 repetitions for both legs. Zipper is like what you have doing in zipper test, but on this exercise, you need to hold it and reach deeper on your hands to improve your measurement in flexibility. Do it in 16 counts with 2 repetitions for each hand. You just need to change position of your hand being raised for repetition. This stretch is very relaxing and will motivate to avoid the fat's development on your tummy area. To improve your sit and reach measurement, do it for 16 counts with 3 repetitions. Standing thigh stretch. This exercise stretches the hip flexor and thigh muscles. Do this exercise for 16 counts and 2 repetitions on each leg. Remember, you have to maintain a good posture while standing in doing this exercise. Another one is one leg stretch. As you can see on the picture, the bended leg must be at the closest to the tummy area, while the other leg needs to be stretched outward. Do it in 16 counts with 2 repetitions. You have to maintain that position for 16 counts. And after that, change position and do another 16 counts for each leg. If you can reach higher, it will be better and will definitely help you improve your height as well. One exercise. This exercise stretches the front of shoulders and chest. Do it in 4 repetitions with 16 counts. Another exercise we have is what we call the trunk twist. This exercise stretches the trunk and the muscles on the outside hip. You have to remain static or not moving for 16 counts and change position afterwards. Do it in 4 repetitions. Warm-up exercise like this is also good in losing tummy fats or the fats on your stomach. Well, that's all for today. Please remember the three types of exercise that we have discussed. These are the warm-up, workout, and cool-down exercises. Some pictures that I have shown you are the warm-up and cool-down exercises with some flexibility exercises. It will definitely help you improve your physical fitness test. Thank you. Again, God bless. Good morning. For today's discussion, for week 2 in health, we are going to talk about dimensions in human sexuality. Sa usaping ito ay may mga pagkakataon na ako ay magpapaliwanag sa lengguwaheng Filipino upang higit na maintindihan natin ang paksa. Dimensions of human sexuality. First, we need to understand what is the meaning of dimensions. Dimensions are the groups or properties that makes whole or complete. Ibig sabihin nito ay mga bagay na bumubuo o kumukumpleto. Sa dimensions of human sexuality, pag-aaralan natin ang mga bagay na bumubuo sa human sexuality. Sexuality involves the physical, mental, social, emotional, and ethical dimensions of one's personality. It refers to total self. On this topic, you will understand why your answer on week 1 health activity is a man or a woman on a certain job. Naalala mo ba kung bakit sa pulis ang nilagay mo ay lalaki o babae o kaya pwede sila? Bakit kaya ganun ang isinagot mo? Ngayon, kung ang tanong mo bakit ganun ang isinagot mo, malalaman mo ngayon dito yan. You need to understand this topic for you to answer the activity 2 in health, week 2 module. The first dimension is physical self. It is the way you look as a man or a woman. Bakit ka nag-aayos? Bakit ka nagsusuklay? O bakit mahaba ang buhok? Why you choose pink? Why blue? Bakit ayaw mo tumaba? Bakit gusto mo magka-muscle? Those were the questions very associated with these dimensions. The next dimension is the mental self. It is the way you think as a man or a woman. Dapat ganito ako bilang isang lalaki o isang babae. Ganito ako kaya sa tingin ko, babae ako o lalaki ako. Dito, sa mental self, mas matututunan mo ang iyong identity. Kasi ganito ka mag-isip bilang isang lalaki o bilang isang babae. The next dimension is social self. It is the way you interact with other. Dapat ito ang mga kaibigan ko o dapat ganito lang ang gagawin ko sa mga taong nakapaligid sa akin bilang isang lalaki o babae. Nandito yung pakikitungo mo sa mga kaibigan o kaya sa mga kapamilya o sa mga taong nakapaligid sa iyo. Ganito ka kumilos habang kasama mo ang ibang tao. The next dimension is emotional self. It is the way you feel about yourself and others. Ikaw ba masayahin o masaya o malungkot? Yung kalungkutan o kasiyahan ba ng ibang tao ay nararamdaman mo? May pagkakaiba ba ang nararamdaman mo para sa babae o para sa lalaki? Mas nararamdaman mo ba ang kalungkutan ng isang lalaki o ng isang babae dahil ikaw ay isang babae o isang lalaki? Tandaan mo lamang na ito ay mga bagay na nararamdaman mo bilang ikaw at kung ano ang nararamdaman mo sa ibang tao bilang ikaw. The final dimension is what we call the ethical self. It is the way you value relationships or pagpapahalaga. Ethical self ay dito papasok na ang moral or moralidad na siyang magiging gabay mo sa sarili mo kung bakit ganito ang pagpapahalagang ginagawa mo sa isang relasyon, sa kaibigan, sa magulang o kapamilya, sa ibang tao, or sa minamahal mo man. Dito kasi natanggap or alam mo na ang tama o mali para mapahalagahan mo ang isang relasyong nabanggit ko. Siguro, nung bata pa kayo, mga 3 or 4 years old, wala kayong pakialam na tumakbo sa labas na nakahubad. Mapababae man o lalaki kayo. Pero ngayon, ibang usapan na yan. Nung elementary ka, baka naglalaro ka ng jackstone. Pero ngayon, kailangan mo muna maghugas ng plato para hindi magalit ang magulang mo bago ka mag-Mobile Legends. Dati siguro nakikipagsuntukan ka sa lalaki o mapababae man. Pero ngayon, kung lalaki ka, ayaw mo ng away sa babae. Baka mapahiya ka kasi sa mga kaibigan mo. Nandito na rin papasok ang responsibilidad mo bilang isang babae o isang lalaki. Kaya itong dimension na ito ang pinakabuod or sentro na kukumpleto sa isang sexualidad. Now, we have a summary for Lesson 1 and Lesson 2. Basic terms and dimensions of human sexuality. Let's watch this video.
This video will talk about the dimensions of human sexuality as an important component of one's personality. At the end of this video, you should be able to discuss basic terms in sexuality as an important component of one's personality, and explains the dimensions of human sexuality. Are you familiar with these words? I'll give you 15 seconds to define those words based on your own idea. And let's see as we go along the video if you got it. Your timer starts now. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Let's define each word now. A gender symbol is a pictogram or glyph used to represent biological sex and gender. Are you familiar with the gender symbol? Which is the female symbol? Which is the male symbol? The one with the cross is the female symbol, while the one with arrow is the male symbol. Does sex and gender are same or different? Let's define those terms. Sex is the biological basis of being male or female. It describes the biological sex a person was assigned at birth. While gender is the social concept on how men and women should feel, think, and act. It refers to femininity or masculinity. It is based on socially constructed features. They recognize that there are variations in how people experience gender based upon self-perception and expression, and how they behave. Gender refers to the attitudes, feelings, and behaviors that a culture associates with a person's biological sex. What is human sexuality? Human sexuality is the way people experience and express themselves sexually. This involves biological, erotic, physical, emotional, social, or spiritual feelings and behaviors. What is gender equality? Gender equality permits man and woman equal enjoyment of human rights. Also known as sexual equality or equality of the sexes, is the state of equal ease of access to resources and opportunities regardless of gender, including economic participation and decision-making, and the state of valuing different behaviors, aspirations, and needs equally, regardless of gender. What is gender role? Gender role are set of roles, characteristics, and expectations of how a man or woman should feel, think, or act as influenced by parents, peers, and society. A gender role, also known as a sex role, is a social role encompassing a range of behaviors and attitudes that are generally considered acceptable, appropriate, or desirable for a person based on that person's biological or perceived sex. Remember that sexuality is a natural and healthy part of life. It is everything about being male and female. Sexuality involves the following. Name given at birth. Every child is given a name at birth, and those names usually based on the baby's sex. For example, a baby boy is named Marco or Juan or maybe named William, while a baby girl is named Alicia or Candy or maybe Barbie. Sexuality involves also what toy the child played with. In our society, there's a toys that are assigned only for girl or for boy. Girls play Barbie, doll house, or any toy that associated with the girls, while boys play car, robot, ball, and any toy that is considered a toy for boys. Some parents find it unusual when a girl plays car, same with a boy that plays doll, but some parents also find it normal. Sexuality involves the clothes worn. Same with the toys, men and women are expected to wear according to their sex. Women wear dress, heels, and can put on some makeup which is not usual for men to do. Men also have their own distinct kind or style of clothes. But with gender equality, remember that everyone has the right to express themselves on any way they want. Sexuality also associated with child's friends or peers. In common teenagers, girls are friend with girls and boys are friend with boys, but as they become older, they expand their way of expression through having friends with the opposite sex. And lastly, sexuality involves the roles and responsibilities at home. An example is, girls of the family are expected to help mother doing house chores, while boys are believed to help father to repair of damaged household items. Sex is a major aspect of personality. The process of sexual development begins from birth to adulthood. Sexuality provides a sense of self-worth when sexual understanding is positive. Dimensions of one's personality. Physical self is the way you look as a man or woman. It refers to your body structure and appearance. The physical self is the concrete dimension, the tangible aspect of the person that can be directly observed and examined. Mental self is the way you think as a man or woman. It is the sense of one's own being or one's personal identity. Social self is the way you interact with your friends, family, acquaintances, and even with strangers. Emotional self is about how you feel about yourself and others. Ethical self is about how you value your relationships. It is important to have a clear outlook of yourself. Then you will be able to focus on your good points and develop weaknesses. Remember that sexuality is a normal and healthy part of life, and sexuality is an important component of one's personality. I hope that you have learned something today that could help you to express yourself in your own and unique way.
Always remember the 5 dimensions of human sexuality: the physical, mental, social, emotional, and ethical. These dimensions are you and your sexuality.